Hey everybody, today I wanted to get on here and talk about a little bit of what actually inspired me to start making Christian content on various different platforms. And really, the simplest way to explain it is that I've been called to do something, at least something, for the kingdom for around 3 years or so. And I listen to a lot of podcasts. I'd say at least 70% of what I listen to on a daily basis isn't actually music, it's podcasts of a variety of different platforms, a variety of different content and topics. And I thought that starting something like this would be something where I can actually make an impact on the kingdom by having people's testimonies on here. And I haven't decided whether or not I'm actually going to have my own testimony on here fully in some point. I think, at least for now, I'm going to be giving you snippets of it. And what I'll probably end up doing is have someone actually interview me in kind of a crossover where I will be sharing my testimony. I haven't really decided yet. I'm going to kind of keep things open. However, I really did want to start at the beginning of my testimony, and that really starts at the beginning of my life. Where that starts is going to be actually before I was born. So my parents were supposed to have two kids before me, had things gone well, but unfortunately they had two failed pregnancies before me. So numbers are important. You'll probably get that the more and more I talk on here, especially when you start getting deeper. You start to find that numbers are important to you and God speaks to you in numbers. But instead of being the third born, I was actually the first. My mom was in labor with me, and I clarified this multiple times, like in labor with me for 72 hours. Yes, 3 whole days was in labor with me. Absolutely terrible, and I'm so sorry that I put her through that. But I'm lucky to be here to begin with. And one of the most miraculous parts of this story really starts with, after being home, I believe, for 3 days, my mom had a dream that I was crying out to her for help. And I actually found this out a couple of days ago, talking with my dad about it, that she woke up kind of frantic, talking with him like, hey, I had this dream. I'm really freaked out. And my dad was trying to, talk her down, calm her down, and was like, okay, hey, you know what? If you're really feeling this, we can take him to the hospital. And she found me the color blue, like extremely blue, because I had stopped breathing who knows when. And that's something absolutely miraculous, because we don't actually, in the natural sense or in the scientific sense, completely understand why dreams happen in the first place. Of course, we have theories, but we don't actually know. And really, that's where my story begins. I shouldn't even be here. I really shouldn't. I believe it's actually completely an act of God that I'm here in the first place. I believe He has every single one of us on this planet for a reason. That passage in Jeremiah at the very beginning of it, talking about Jeremiah specifically, of course, in the context where it says, before you were in the womb, I knew you. That applies to every single one of us. I fully believe that. But that really rings true to me, especially, and I really feel that at my core. But that's just a little bit of my testimony. Now, let's get on to why I wanted to start this channel, why I wanted to start making content like this. So, like I was saying, I've been called for around 3 years or so, and really even before that, to do things for the kingdom. I have done backyard Bible clubs when I was in high school. I wish I had started it sooner. Ended up being a captain of a team to actually go out into the greater Austin area with a church and really be able to affect the communities, bring the gospel to children, young kids, even sometimes teenagers. And it was really awesome. And I've been missing that since then with my discipleship group. But as I was saying, I've really been wanting to make an impact, because I feel like I've been given certain gifts, and every single one of us in reality has been given certain gifts to use for good, to use for God's kingdom, to use for His glory, or to use for ourselves. And you see that all over the place in modern culture. People having gifts of discernment, music, art, analytical minds. That's definitely where I'd put myself. I'm good at talking with people. I'm very personable. And all of us have the choice whether or not to use these gifts for the furtherment of His kingdom, for the spreading of the gospel, for enriching people's lives through how we caretake, how we help people. And since I had been getting that call for such a long time, I figured I might as well start somewhere. I had to start something. So here we are. And where did I get the cross factor as what I was going to call all of this? Well, that's actually really simple. I'm a complete nerd. And I got my start in gaming with the name X Factor. Now, it's changed little bit throughout the years, but I did competitive. I competitive for a couple of different games. I played Call of Duty at a competitive level. I joined a collegiate team for Call of Duty and played for, I want to say, a year and a half during the latter section of my tenure there. And that's really it. It's that simple. I just came up with that username, and I thought of a witty way to use X Factor in this situation would be, to take the crosses, you kind of see the logo, have Jesus there, and then make it the cross factor. And that's really as simple as it is. And that's just a little bit about why I wanted to start this channel. If any of this edified you or you liked it, if you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so. Hit that subscription icon so we can get more content out to you. And something that I'm super excited to talk about will be in the next video.